What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full impossible to lose Pokemon team. Now people, finally you're going to get the video you wanted. These sets are the most overpowered things ever. If you want a team that never loses, use this. My brother hacked Digimon, he's like 4 and he kept digivolving and using superpower. That is the reason why I uploaded this video. Now people, if you have the best Pokemon set, what is it? Leave it in the comment section. I'd like to know your favorite Pokemon or your Pokemon set. Put it below. Let's get into this one. This is a battle against Honza on my chat. Now, out of this team, as I said, I picked the 6 most, this team doesn't lose, right? I've never lost a battle, this team. So you guys get to see, like, a really good battle here. So, leading things off with my Shedinja anyway. Now, this Shedinja is actually a really bulky set. I've got max health because it's got a nice, base health stat. And I've also got max defense because it's really bulky in defense. Now, going for the Elite Life here because you tend to, get a lot of health recovery, which works nicely on Shedinja. Now, I've also got leftovers on this Pokemon too because just added to that least life. And now when normal types in, you can actually use Shadow Sneak because that works really well against them too. Now I've also got Hone Claws in there to boost my attack as well. Now swapping a Wailord, now we have the Hurricane Drampa. Now this Wailord set is actually really good. So we've got max special defense on this for the EVs, and we've also got max defense. So you don't need anything health. Now also you've got Curse, Amnesia, and Rest with the Chesto Berry, and you actually don't need any water type moves at all. All you need is Heavy Slam because it's a big donkey ass whale and it's going to hit really, really hard. So the idea is this bit, I had to speed this up a little bit because it takes a little bit to set this set up, but in the end, after getting +6 in Curse, it's really, really worth it, and it hits, it really hits hard. Anything that resists it just goes down. Even resisted hits, super effective hits, it all goes down. So you want to get 6 curses up as fast as you can, and also you need to get Amnesia up. Now Amnesia is nice because it boosts the special defense by 2 stages, so you only got to use that 3 times. So you basically got to allow, to get this set fully set up, you really got to allow like 9 turns. You've also got Rest as well in the Chesto Berry. The great thing about this set, right, is once you go to sleep, right, and wake up with the Chesto Berry, you can use Rest again, and after that you can sleep for 2 turns. It's really great. It's nice. So anyway, and you definitely won't go down to a crit. So now sleeping and getting my health back with the Chesto Berry. Finally, we've got to roll out Bibara. Now roll out Bibara is quite meta at the moment, so this set really counters it nicely. I tend to run this a lot. So going for the Heavy Slam, for some reason, right, it's not doing much damage. I might have put 72 attack EVs in there instead of defense. That may be why it's not taking it up. I'm not sure. But anyway, we got through there in the end. So now we have Staraptor coming out. Now, I know Heavy Slam's going to take this out. Intimidate's actually going to drop my attack 1 stage, so I'm going to have to go for another Curse just to make up for that. Even though this thing hits really hard anyway. However, it's going to have Final Gambit, so man, this was the only counter to get around Heavy Slam Wailord. It's a really powerful set, but if people do run Final Gambit Staraptor, that gets around it very nicely too. Unfortunately for me, they were running it. So now, we have the Drampa coming back in. Now, I was thinking about bringing my Shedinja in and going for a Shadow Sneak, but I thought, no, let's go into the Nebby here. So this is an overpowered set, right? I don't like to, actually, I don't want to use it against him. It's too powerful, it's just too strong, right? So I'm going to swap that out, and now I'm going to go into my Celesteela. Now, I like Heavy Slam a lot. It's a really good move, and on this set, right, I'm going to run an amazing set. So I've got Auto-Demise on this. Now, the idea is to go for the Auto-Demise, making myself lighter, and then I can go for Heavy Slam, which will actually hit for 100 base power less, but that's fine. It's still a really strong Pokemon anyway, and it's OP. So now I can go for the Earthquake against this thing. I'm going for Auto-Demise on the swap, which is really good. Now on this, you could just listen closely to the EVs on this set. They are pretty complicated. So I've got 67 in health, 27 in attack, 57 in defense, 207 in speed, 1.5 in special defense, and I just threw the last little bit in special attack just to give it a little bit of extra bulk. Anyway, so I got a Beast Boost there, taking out the, I don't know, I somehow took that out with the Earthquake. No, I wanted to use Heavy Slam, I must have missed it. So now we have the Drampa coming back in. I've got to watch out for Drampa because it can commonly carry stuff like Fire Blast or even Ember. So now I'm going to go for Heavy Slam, and it takes it out of one. That crit definitely didn't matter, right? That was always going to take it out. So now I got another Beast Boost, which is wonderful. I've got +2 in attack. Things are going absolutely wonderful here, people. I hope you're learning a thing or two because This is golden stuff here, people. So now I've got to go for another auto demise. I definitely can't outspeed the Pyro. I mean, it's low. Its base speed is pretty low. So now it's going to go for the Z crystal here. This is going to come off I'm guessing this is a physical Pyro because it's going to use. It's going to use wild charge, and Celestia is quite bulky. I mean, I did run. I think it was 67 in the special defense. I mean defense. No, the defense was 22. So. That's pretty good EVs there for bulk. You've got to get some all-round EVs in singles battle because it works really well. Anyway, I just tanked that one on 41 health, which is to be expected with the EV spread I'm running. Now I can go for the heavy slam. I did use auto demise as well to power up this, but some reason it actually lives. I think they might be hacking or something. I'm not sure. Actually, I know why. They were running max health on the Pyro. People were starting to do that now to counter my heavy slam. Celestealer will auto demise. I don't know why they do that, but it's a little bit annoying. So you got to watch out for that one too. But I'm glad you're learning here because these are counters you can commonly come up against. So we have the Moxie there, which is going to give it a +1 in attack. Now, finally swapping a Nebby. This set is really overpowered, but I have to use it. I'm starting to I've got no choice. I'm getting pretty unlucky in this battle. So I've got on this set. I've got teleport and splash. I've also got sticky barb as the item. Now, sticky barb is actually quite really strong. So I don't like to run it too much. It's a little bit unfair on the opponent when I run it. So I'm going to live on 69 health. This is exactly what I did. This is the prime example of why sticky barb is too strong. So it's going to hit me with I think there was a flame charge or a headbutt. No, it's a headbutt. I flinched and took myself out with a sticky barb. Sticky barb actually prevented the Pyro from getting a Moxie boost. That's how overpowered this is. Like that's how you stop abilities, people. It's an ability stopper. So now going into Furious. This Venusaur, right, I brought this all the way from Gen 3 just to show you guys, right? So this has got not Fury Attack, people, that's a Fury Cutter. Sorry, I'm getting my Furies mixed up. So we got Fury Cutter in the set. Somehow it lives. I don't know what's going on. It was a critical hit too. Man, I think they're using like a Focus Band bottle, something like that, or some sort of hack. So I'm not sure how they actually live. Anyway, it's going to go for the Flame Charge. I'm not sure why Venusaur didn't take it out, but you guys got to see it anyway. It was a pretty good set. I get to use it again a little bit better. I mean, I get to use it again at the next battle, so I hope you guys stick around for that. So anyway, I've got 2 more Pokemon left. The battle's pretty close at the moment. I've got to get back into it though. So I've got Beamloom. Now, I actually first saw Beamloom on a stream. This Pokemon set is max special attack and max speed. It's got Solar Beam and it's got Hyper Beam. Now, what I do right is I gave it Effect Spore as the ability. Now, I actually gave it Black Sludge as the item. So what I do right is I trick people into thinking I've got Technician. So I hit myself with the Black Sludge. So it sort of like tricks people thinking I've got Technician, but I actually don't. I've got Effect Spore. I've also got Spore on the set as well. Now, anyway, that's going to go down like I planned, and we've got Shedinja as the last Pokemon. Now, I've got Leech Life. I can get some health back, which is really good, and I was wondering what the Swords Bite could actually do to me. It's going to go for Sunny Day, so I've got to really keep on my toes here. It might go for a Fire-type move. I'm really actually quite worried. So I've got the Leech Life, and that's going to give me some nice base recovery too. Now, I didn't give it max attack because I got all my EVs invested in bulk. Somehow it lives, and now I'm going to go for the Final Gambit here. Hyper Beam's... I don't know why they went for Hyper Beam for. I mean, I've got Final Gambit, Hyper Beam, and Final Gambit here, people. But I don't know I don't know what's going on. How did they not take them out? I've got max health investment. I think they might be hacking. I think I versed the hacker exposed them, people. Anyway, let's just forget about that battle. That's just not how you do it. Let's get into the second one. Just forget that first battle never happened, all right? Just forget it, okay? That set always... I don't know. I've never lost with that set before. So starting things off with Shedinja this time. And we have a Toxicroak. It's going to use Toxic on me. I knew that it would use Toxic because that's what Toxicroak always runs. That's basically the only move it runs. And I'm going to go for Final Gambit here, and I'm going to take out the top... I don't know what's going on here. I ran max health EVs on it. It's got 9,000 health. I don't know what's going on today. It might be the Plaza or something. Nintendo do it like a Nintendo update or something. I'm not sure. I better check the servers afterwards. So anyway, I'm going to swap in my Cosmog here. Now, it's going to use Toxic again. I'm not sure why it's using Toxic for. It's getting kind of annoying. Teleport, I meant to actually put my Z Crystal on this battle so I could heal myself up at full health and do nothing. But that wasn't the case this game. So I've got the Sticky Barb, which works pretty nicely, especially when the opponent is holding an item. So it's going to taunt me. The problem about Taunt is it's really strong because it actually counters every single strategy I've ever thought up in my life. But that's all good. I'm going to take a little bit more damage. So I'm about half health at the moment. Things are going fairly well. I've lost my lead, but that's not too bad. I've still got 4 other Pokemon remaining. Then I see their strategy. It's Venoshock. So we've got Toxic and Venoshock, Toxic Great, which is really powerful. It's also a very good counter to this team too. I don't know why there's so many counters today. Normally it's just, it's smooth sailing all the time. Speaking of smooth sailing, I'm going to swap in my Wailord here. Now I've got Oblivious because I've got to run that, and this is one of the only Pokemon that can actually get around Taunt because it's got Oblivious. So now I'm going to go for my Curse here. So the idea is to get as many Curses up as possible. I'm in a good position here. I thought I could use Amnesia, but I'm going to use Curse instead because I've got to go for Heavy Slam. That's my only attack. And, it's really powerful, guys. You've seen this in action in the first battle. I mean, you're seeing it in action right now. So getting the Curse up again, I've got +2 in attack and +2 in defense. I'm pretty bulky, and now I can try and sweep this person here. Also, this was a battle on my chat against, I'm trying to think of the name. What was the username? Wrecked by Confusion, that's it. Anyway, so I'm going to hit it by the Venoshock. It's doing over half my health. Maybe I should use Amnesia. I'm not sure, but I needed to get Heavy Slam off. I'm not sure what's going on today, right? Because these Pokemon keep living. I did have 67 in attack. Maybe I should have put 68 in there. That actually made a difference. But anyway, I'm going to go down to the Venoshock. I'm just not having any luck at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. So my Wailord is down, but I've still got 3 Pokemon remaining, so you don't have to worry. I only need 1 Pokemon to win out of this team. So it's alright. So I'm going to swap in my Celesteela. Now, first things first, I think I should go for an Autotomize because I want Heavy Slam to hit as hard as possible, right? So it's going to taunt me. Unfortunately, since all my Pokemon get countered by taunt, it's not going to work. So now it's going to hit me with the Focus Blast. It's pretty good it's got that move because Venoshock wouldn't have done much to me. It's about a 3-hit KO. So going for Heavy Slam, I probably could have done that before since I like Heavy Slam so much, and that's Toxic Croak down. So they actually were running a theme team. If you guys picked up on the theme team, you should definitely do that. I've got a Beast Boost too, which is really nice. That's going to give me a +1 attack. So now we got the Clamperl. I think they may have been copying my Clamperl evolution team, like after I used it last night. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake here because Earthquake's really strong and it can break clam shells really good. So I'm going to do some amazing damage there. It did a little bit underwhelming damage. I think they might be carrying Everlight. I'm not too sure. And anyway, I'm going to get clamped in here. So I think it's like a bulky Everlight Clamperl set. I'm not really sure, but Clamper's a really strong move too. Now, I've also got a very similar set on my Clamperl too. I like to run Clamp on mine. It's as I said, it's a really strong move. So now I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb. I've got to up my game a little bit. Those seeds are actually as big as the Clamperl, so I thought that'd do some good damage against it. And the Clamp's doing some solid damage against my Celesteela. But don't worry, it's still alive. And I've got my Beast Boost and Heavy Slam still happening, so things are really good. So now I can go for the Seed Bomb, and that's going to take out the Clamperl, and I'm going to get back into this game easy. I've still got 2 other Pokemon, and I've got Celesteela too. And this Celesteela never loses, so it's fine. So I've still got 4 Pokemon to take out, and I've got another Beast Boost, so things are going really good at the moment. I'm really going well in this battle. So now we have Diglett coming out. Now Diglett is a really popular Uber's Pokemon, so you got to watch out for it. Normally it carries Double Team with Bright Powder and Sandveil, but in this case it went for the Rock Slide. I guess they were running a meta move like Rock Slide. You don't see Rock Slide ever on Diglett or Dugtrio, so I guess I'll let them off for that one. That was a really good play. So now I'm going to swap in my Beamloom here. Now Beamloom's got Solar Beam and Hyper Beam. I kind of thought about running Power Herb on this, so I could get that instant boom on my Beamloom. But I wanted to run Black Sludge instead because it's actually really viable. You can trick your opponent, right? Also, if your opponent tries to use Switcheroo and Trick on you, you can give them a Black Sludge as well, and it's really good. And you can get like a really handy item like a Sticky Bomb. So now it's going to go for the Growth boosting attack and special attack. It did pretty good damage to Tangrowth. I'm quite happy with that. Maybe I should go for another Solar Beam again. It was pretty good damage. It's got high base power, but this time I'm going to go for a Hyper Beam. I'm expecting a swap. So now the Hyper Beam hits really hard. It almost takes out Tangrowth. I'm not sure what's going on here. I can't believe I've been missing so many KOs today. I think they may have actually passed the EV value and put 999 in health. So it's going to get a little bit of a Black Sludge recovery onto my Breloom. It's all good. I'm recharging. Now it's going to go for the Ancient Power, trying to get some boost. This is a really viable strategy as Ancient Power has such a great chance of boosting his stats, so I would recommend running that one too. It's really viable. So now I'm going to swap out Breloom. I'm going to save that to last, right, because that's one of the best Pokemon on my team. It's highly viable. And speaking of viable, I'm going to swap in my Fury Cutter Venusaur. Now I've actually got Tangrowth right where I need it on a little bit of health, and I'm going to finish it off with the Fury Cutter. Now this, let's go over what this Venusaur set is. It's got pretty good EVs. I gave it max health. Obviously it's got Fury Cutter, so we need to give it some special attack EVs. I've got 67 in special attack, 17 in attack, 35 in defense, and 47.5 in speed. So it's a pretty good set, and you need those sort of EVs to actually run these, because you know they are really. I know it's really hard to EV train, but in the end it's worth it. So now we're going to have the Diglett going for a Z move here on my Venusaur, but since I ran such amazing EVs of special attack and special defense, I'm able to actually live that one and get a curse off, which really worked nicely. So now I've got some Black Sludge recovery. I'm going to go for my favorite healing move this turn, because I knew that I'd live that, and now, as I said, the great thing about this set is you can go for a Fury attack as many times as you like, and you can heal and reset the count, so you hit for like an even weaker attack afterwards. So now we have the Alolan Sandslash coming out. I've got the Leech Seed on the swap, which is good. It's viable on this set, right, because you can just keep using Fury Cutter. You definitely won't get one-shotted. And now it's going to go for an Icicle Sphere. I don't know what was going on here. I should have tanked this a lot better, and somehow they hit me 4 times in a row. As I said, I think they're using an aimbot or something, but that's fine. I was able to live, and Fury Cutter doesn't do very much damage. Normally at one shot's a Alolan Sandslash, and I don't really know what's happening here. I'm not really sure. So anyway, it's going to finish me off with a crit there. I think they've got some sort of, I think they're pressing the L and R button to get crits at the moment. I'm not really sure, but it's all good. I've got my Brilliant left, and it's got 20 health. So I'm going to go for Spore here, because having Effect Spore as the ability, and a Spore is really good. You can actually get like lots of, the greatest thing about that is they can land a physical attack against you. You can put them to sleep and then use Spore as well, so you can actually put them to sleep twice, and that's really overpowered, because it actually makes them sleep for longer, right? I bet you didn't know that mechanic, but I'm letting you in on some of my secrets, right? So now I've got the Leech Seed recovery, and I've got the Black Sludge, which is really good. And now I'm going to go for Solar Beam, because it hits really hard against Alolan Sandslash. I was kind of expecting a swap into Diglett. Diglett can really tank that Solar Beam well. It's got really viable health and solid defense. And if you put Everlight on it, man, it's just going to tickle. So now we have the Leech Seed, and we got the Black Sludge, which is really nice here. This combination is, I came up with this. It's just really strong. So go for the Solar Beam here on the Sandslash. I don't know what's going on. It didn't take it out again. And it's going to be asleep again. So that's all right. I can go for a Hyper Beam here to finish it off. I've got to go for Hyper Beam. I'm a little bit worried it could wake up, and I could go down, which would be impossible anyway. This set, this can't lose. So go for the Hyper Beam here, and this is going to finish the battle. I can't believe I actually managed to win a battle with this rubbish team. It was against a NFE, well, that was an it was an full NFE team. But anyway, people, obviously this is for April Fools, and that's, that if that wasn't obvious enough, it now is. And should have some good videos up for tomorrow, and I hope you found a good laugh out of this one. Peace.